Hello members, I'm CSLEA Legal Counsel Ryan Navarre, and I want to take this opportunity to provide you with a general explanation of your retirement and to update you on how recent pension reform has impacted your retirement. Before I begin, I want to explain that I will only be providing you with a general overview. Since each individual's work history and retirement plan is unique, I encourage you to review and verify your retirement information with California Public Employee Retirement System, or commonly referred to as CalPERS. The CalPERS website is filled with very useful information, including the ability for members to access their annual member statement online. If you rather discuss your retirement benefit with a CalPERS agent directly, you can call CalPERS or visit one of their regional offices located throughout the state. Now I want to transition into a general overview of your pension. There are two main types of pension plans: a defined benefit plan and a defined contribution plan. As state employees, you have a defined benefit plan. This means that your defined benefit plan promises you a specific monthly benefit at retirement. The specific monthly benefit is calculated through a plan formula that considers such factors as service years, salary, and age. In comparison, a defined contribution plan does not promise a specific amount of benefits at retirement. In these plans, the employee or employer or both contribute a defined amount either monthly or annually. These contributions are generally invested. Therefore, they are subject to gains and losses and will fluctuate due to changes in the value of the investment over time. A common example of a defined contribution plan is a 401k plan. The defined benefit plan is widely thought of as a better option over a defined contribution plan. This is proven by recent reforms and numerous attempts by legislators and conservative interest groups to replace your defined benefit plan with a defined contribution plan. CSLEA has and will always remain steadfast in its protection of our members' defined benefit plan. The following are examples of reforms aimed at your defined benefit pension plan. In 2010, as part of the 2010 budget agreement, former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger signed into law historic across-the-board pension reform following pledges to not sign a budget without it. If you remember that year, the budget was over 3 months late. The budget agreement made significant changes to the pensions for all state employees hired after January 15, 2011. Consistent with other labor organization contracts, in April 2011, CSLEA reached agreement with the current administration to increase employee retirement contributions. To offset this increase, CSLEA also negotiated salary increases, which will become effective in July 2013. Finally, despite these previous reforms to the pension system, on the very last day of the legislative session, the legislature passed Assembly Bill 340, which was signed into law in September 2012. The legislation, which is referred to as the Public Employees Pension Reform Act of 2013, provides various changes to the retirement system, including changes to formulas and contributions. Clearly, the defined benefit plan for state employees is under extreme scrutiny and is constantly being targeted for change and reform. CSLEA is comprised of sworn peace officers, firefighters, and non-sworn public safety professionals. For purposes of retirement, CSLEA members are divided into two membership categories: Peace Officer Firefighter, commonly referred to as POF, or State Safety. Sworn police officers and firefighters fall into the POF retirement category, whereas all other CSLEA members are covered by the safety retirement category. Service retirement is a lifetime benefit. However, in order to be eligible for a service retirement, in most cases you must be at least 50 years of age and have at least 5 years of service credit. For members hired after January 1, 2013, you must be at least 52 years of age. You earn service credit for each year or partial year you work for a CalPERS covered employer. When you apply for a service retirement, your lifetime benefit amount is calculated using your years of service credit, age at retirement, and final compensation. The basic service retirement calculation is years of service multiplied by the benefit factor or percentage, and that will equal the percentage of final compensation. For instance, 20 years of service at a 3% retirement formula would amount to 60% of final compensation. The next step is to calculate your specific final compensation. Depending on your date of hire into state service, the final compensation amount will either be your final compensation before retirement, the average salary in the 12 months prior to retirement, or the average salary in the 36 months prior to retirement. As a result of these pension reforms, employees in the same category and same classification may be treated differently depending on when they were first hired into state service. For the safety retirement category, the following are the safety retirement formulas. For safety members hired into state service prior to January 1, 2007, the retirement formula is 2% at a retirement age of 55 for time in a safety classification up to July 1, 2004. As a result of SB 183 in 2004, CSLEA was able to achieve retirement enhancements for CSLEA members. Therefore, the retirement formula is 2.5% at a retirement age of 55 for time in a safety classification from July 1, 2004 until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the average salary in 12 months prior to retirement. For safety members hired into state service between January 1, 2007 and January 15, 2011, the retirement formula is 2.5% at a retirement age of 55 for time in a safety classification until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the average salary in 36 consecutive months prior to retirement. For safety members hired into state service between January 15, 2011 and January 1, 2013, the retirement formula is 2% at a retirement age of 55 for time in a safety classification until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the average salary in 36 consecutive months prior to retirement. For safety members hired into state service on or after January 1, 2013, the retirement formula is 2% at a retirement age of 57 for time in a safety classification until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the average salary in 36 consecutive months prior to retirement. Now for the POF retirement category. The following are POF retirement formulas. For POF members hired into state service prior to January 15, 2011, the retirement formula is 3% at a retirement age of 55 for time in a POF classification up to July 1, 2004. As a result of SB 183, the POF retirement formula is 3% at a retirement age of 50 for time in a POF classification from July 1, 2004 until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the salary earned prior to retirement. For POF members hired into state service between January 15, 2011 and January 1, 2013, the retirement formula is 2.5% at a retirement age of 55 for time in a POF classification until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the average salary in 36 consecutive months prior to retirement. For POF members hired into state service on or after January 1, 2013, the retirement formula is 2.5% at a retirement age of 57 for time in a POF classification until the employee retires or separates. Final compensation is calculated as the average salary in 36 consecutive months prior to retirement. In addition to changes in retirement formulas, pension reform has also made changes to members' retirement contribution percentages. This essentially is the monthly amount that employees contribute towards their retirement. The current economic recession has negatively affected investment earnings, causing an increase in unfunded liabilities in the California pension systems. As a result, the state has forced the employees to contribute a higher amount of their salary towards their future pension in order to stabilize and protect the pension system. For safety members, prior to June 1, 2011, state safety members contributed 6% of their monthly compensation in excess of $317 towards retirement. From June 1, 2011 through June 30, 2013, the contribution increases by 3%. Therefore, state safety members are contributing 9% of their monthly compensation in excess of $317 towards retirement. As a result of the Public Employees Pension Reform Act of 2013, the contribution amount for state safety members increases again by 2%. This is planned to be divided into two separate 1% increases. Therefore, from July 1, 2013 through June 30, 2014, 10% of the state safety members' monthly compensation in excess of $317 will be contributed to retirement. And from July 1, 2014 through June 30, 2015, 11% of the state safety members' monthly compensation in excess of $317 will be contributed to retirement. For POF members, prior to June 1, 2011, POF members contributed 8% of their monthly compensation in excess of $513 towards retirement. From June 1, 2011 through June 30, 2013, the contribution increases by 2%. Therefore, POF members are contributing 10% of their monthly compensation in excess of $513 towards retirement. As a result of the Public Employee Pension Reform Act of 2013, the contribution amount for POF members increases again by 3%. This is planned to be divided into two separate 1.5% increases. Therefore, from July 1, 2013 through June 30, 2014, 11.5% of POF members' monthly compensation in excess of $513 will be contributed to retirement. And from July 1, 2014 through June 30, 2015, 13% of POF members' monthly compensation in excess of $513 will be contributed to retirement. CSLEA recognizes that any increase to retirement contributions directly affects your net salary or take-home pay. Therefore, when the retirement contributions increased in 2011, CSLEA negotiated salary increases for our members to offset the contribution increases. To offset the 3% increase in retirement contributions in 2011 for safety members, which were from 6% to 9%, CSLEA negotiated a 3% salary increase for safety members effective July 1, 2013. To offset the 2% increase in retirement contributions in 2011 for POF members, which brought it from 8% to 10%, CSLEA negotiated a 2% salary increase for POF members effective July 1, 2013. The salary increases will raise the top step of each classification by their respective 2011 contribution increases, either 2% or 3%. Therefore, not everyone will immediately benefit from the salary increases in July 2013. Regular merit salary adjustment rules apply, and as a rule of thumb, you will only see the immediate salary increase in July 2013 if you have been at the top step for at least 12 months. To offset the upcoming Public Employee Pension Reform Act of 2013 increases to retirement contributions, which were 2% for safety and 3% for POF, in its upcoming contract negotiations, CSLEA will attempt to negotiate a salary increase similar to what was negotiated in 2011 to offset the impact that increased retirement contributions have to its members' net income. Some other changes to pensions, which were a result of the Public Employees Pension Reform Act of 2013, are the following. Effective January 1, 2013, employees will no longer be able to purchase non-qualified service credit, otherwise known as airtime. Also, any future enhancements to retirement benefits shall only apply prospectively. Enhancements shall not apply to prior service. An employee who is convicted of a felony arising out of or in the performance of his or her official duties shall forfeit his or her pension entitlement the employee shall be entitled to a refund of his or her contributions without interest. And the Act eliminated the following from pensionable compensation: pay intended to spike pensions, severance pay, payments for unused vacation, annual leave, personal leave, CTO, allowances such as uniform, vehicle, housing, and overtime, except if the overtime is built into the employee's normal work schedule. It is very important for you to know and understand your pension. It is also prudent to verify that there are not any mistakes or errors with your pension. For more information about your service retirement, as well as disability and industrial disability retirement benefits, please contact CalPERS or visit their website. If you have any other additional questions or any questions about basic retirement, service retirement, or disability retirement, feel free to contact CSLEA. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. Thank you very much.